So here we are at the Pyramid del Sol and the Pyramid de Luna in Mexico, and it is a sight to behold. It's like the Egyptian pyramids of you can see the people there to see the scale. It's bonkers. I'm gonna go down and take a better look here. It's 200 BC, so this is ancient civilization, and they even had like full drainage and sewer, and they had roads and everything here. So rocks in here, and then they put in like a mortar filled over it to make the wall more flat. Here's a good illustration of that. Pretty incredible. Yeah, just checking out part of the city here.
And there'd be frescoes. There'd be reliefs in those squares.
What do you mean by reliefs?
That those would not be just blank like that. That those are squared up in frames.
Yeah, I mean the dog.
Or meant for, plaster decoration.
Yeah, it looks very purposeful, very decorative. Very decorative. I mean, that looks, like modern decor, the way you decorate today. Which is crazy that it's held up. What is this?
This would be a whole area for business. Probably this would be important businessmen, higher ranking officials or the farmers, actually, the landlords. The landlords, because they would, to handle 175,000 people here. This would all be farmland for as far as the eye can see.
Well, yeah.
And then there would have to be administration and, of course, brewing. And
who knows if there's more buildings on the other side? Maybe there's even more. And what do you think this is down here?
That's probably a cistern for water, or...
What's a cistern?
To keep water.
Oh, I got you. So they make their own canal.
And so it captures all the water so this doesn't flood.
Yeah, that's what it looks like. And then they could use it. Pretty incredible.
And so, because otherwise you're always passing that drainage on. So you get to fill this up before, and that's why that
keep some of it.
And that's why that...
And over there, I see a lot of prickly pear cactus, like tons of it, and very tall. So prickly pear must have been a big part of their diet, I'm thinking. And over here, we got a big, kind of older part of the city over here. This is pretty cool. Wow. Yeah, lots of stuff over here. I'm imagining prickly pear was a part of their diet.
And the cactus itself.
Because, man, they got a lot of prickly pear and big, monstrous.
Yeah, that's a lot of water.
There's some, they're big and tall.
Yeah, see, this is more living spaces.
That one there, look at going up there, that's a big, whatever's on the top there is big. See the stairs going up?
Yeah.
A tall one in the middle there. Got a couple areas where the stairs go up to bigger pads or whatever. We're imagining, or go ahead.
Yeah, so you can see like where the red plaster that still remains, probably close to being original. Like the two little pillars there would actually be posts up to hold up a wooden canopy, so you could have your shop wares there, doing what you have, and then you have your storage and maybe living area in the back.
It does seem like this could be a commerce area for sure. Right in here, but who knows?
It's not very human to separate those in this kind of situation. You did what you did all the time,
right?
And so it looks like there might be a little kind of a place for cooking over there.
I wonder if there is an area here that says what specific, if they were able to uncover and know, specifically what this exact area was used for, because this is a pretty significant area. Here's that same view of where I was from the other side. or a different view from the other side, but pretty cool there. And then, man, it's just crazy where they're at. This is a pretty prime location. And then it looks like there's a lot more city or something stuff over here. And then hay, literally hay. It's just hay. There's something in the middle there of all that hay. I don't know what it was. And yeah, a bunch of stuff here. They got sidewalks that they had made. I don't know if this is raised to keep people out or to keep the water away from where they're at, or both. I'm sure they did a lot with what must have been one of the first master plan communities, I guess. Certainly master planned if it was over 2,200 years ago. I mean, wow, pretty incredible. Yeah, killer clouds and everything. What a nice scene to be a part of. Okay, so let me okay, so speculate for me on what you think this is, this hole.
So that is where cooking happened.
Okay, and so
And
I'm gonna.
so then you have your back. This is living area and then storage, and then like business out front.
Here, I'm gonna sneak around you real
Yeah.
quick and kind of look here. So you were saying some of these look like they've been filled in. Oh yeah, probably just to, I see it right here. Filled in probably just to prevent further wear and tear.
Yeah, and so
But-
you can easily see where cooking. This was a small low class family here, and then the cooking in the middle, and then their
There's a front door right there.
yeah, that's their front door there.
Goes out to the broader area
where
of the
they
city
did
or
their
whatever.
service in their craft.
Yeah, you can definitely see that this looks, at least this side looks more residential. If the other side looked more commercial, this side looks more residential to me. But maybe the other side's just fancier residential. I don't know, but
Yeah.
but this definitely, I think a case could be made that this is residential with those holes in the doors and all that jazz. So we're up on top here, kind of looking down, not on top of like pyramids or anything, just on top of a small area. And you can see there's that hay and stuff again. But if you look here, there's actually a pretty sophisticated drainage area. Look at this. They carved this. This had been difficult. They carved this right into the rock. It goes all the way here into this little thing right here. And then this itself is covered so people can walk over it. But they had pretty sophisticated drainage techniques, it looks like, over here. And yeah, pretty interesting. So let's go over here to this area, see what else they have going on. Oh, this is a nice area. I don't know if this was the way that it was back then. It looks like it because this is all here already. Kind of a nice little outdoor recreational area they've got. Beautiful. Wow. This is pretty cool. What I just can't get over is the scale and the scope and how well it's preserved. I mean, it's just massive. I've never seen ruins like this in my life. Wow. Look down here, this is very well preserved. Look at this. Wow. This is impressive. It looks like this is protected. We can go down there. We got to look at this monster prickly pear. It is huge. There's a couple of them here. They're as tall as trees, and the trunks are super thick. So no doubt the prickly pear cactus was a big part of their life back in the day, I would imagine. So we're going to come down here and check out this little protected area down here. See what's going on. A lot of stairs around here. Got any thoughts on this thing? Looks like there's its own little pyramid. See the
Yeah, this is probably original.
slant? This is a pyramid shape. Big old spider.
Ziggurat.
Yeah, look at this. And then there's more of the drainage over there behind the thing. Well, they did say they had drainage and sewer, so that's just amazing to think about. Over 2,200 years ago to have drainage and sewage out in the middle of Mexico here. It's pretty remarkable. Oh wait, hold on. We start that over?
So the whole north side of this pyramid was decorated with murals in which various motifs are represented. Its panels murals displayed designs of half flowers alternating with speech glyphs. The central mural's molding contained red and green concentric circles. Also, its stairway can be seen vestiges of circle drawings represented. The
Yes. Yeah.
that is symbol of the green stones are highly valued in Mexican prehistoric people.
Okay, we're walking into this down area. This is pretty cool. So we're going down into one, and the first thing you notice right away is that the temperature gets a lot cooler quick. So here's some of the interior wall, and wow, I can't believe what a difference it makes temperature-wise. Just immediately, you probably drop 10 degrees, probably, easily, immediately.
Oh, what if?
What if?
The center structures were the main beams for roof structures.
Oh, could be roofing. Could be some kind of roofing.
So you'd have big communal commons that are shaped like this.
Right. This is so cool. I am walking in a over 2,200 year old civilization right now. We're down in it. And the temperature is getting a lot better in here. This is just incredible. They were evidently a lot shorter than I am. Because that... Oh, this goes right to the outside. Okay. This is that hole I was seeing from back there. Pretty cool. So we're outside again.
Intrinsically human to decorate every space.
Down there.
Mm-hmm.
You can see the old artwork.
See that it's really common to. It's really close to the Greek, like concentric circles.
Pretty freaking cool. I just wanted to show you this because it's a cool view. You can see some drainage holes there, but then look at how it goes up and up and up the levels. So they're at the bottom level here. So pretty freaking cool. Gonna duck and go back through this little hole here. It's super cool that they even allow people to do this, to be honest with you. I mean, look at this hole I'm supposed to go through. I could almost get through this walking on my knees. Whoa. Wow. This is incredible. All for the price of a whopping $5. Amazing. Look at this. All right, I'm gonna have to put this down so I can just more fully enjoy this because this is crazy. I cannot believe they let people into this area. What an amazing, neat thing they allow people to do. Just let me go. So I was back and I was walking through this spot. My friend cleverly noticed these two things. Why don't you say what those are? What do you think those are?
Those are stones that have holes carved in them, and you could actually bar the door.
Yeah, you can see right there. There's a hole through there and a hole through there. So you could effectively lock whatever this is, if it's a home or a business or whatever. You could have locked people out. Wow. And it's not on all doors because this one doesn't have it. But that one, maybe this is a bank. Maybe that's the safe.
This is not a door. This was made.
Pretty incredible.
Because this was made for us to go through. This
Wow.
was the door.
You can see some of the more modern bricks, but that's just a retrofit to hold this metal roof up so that we can come and visit it. But plenty of old stuff, original stuff here. You can see it up there. You can see it in this wall. And you can see it in this wall here, which is no doubt why they worked so hard to protect it. Yeah, I think, I'm just guessing, maybe you can chime in, but I'm guessing that this was, they kind of made something underground. Either there was an existing thing here or they made it because this whole thing up here, this was not added by the people preserving this. This is old.
Well,
And look at, you can see
probably
that.
dug out and then replenished that.
Oh, that could be.
And so this is because this is older. This has been buried. That's why it's preserved.
Well, I wonder if it does beg the question if they did have any structures that were also underground for some reasons, be it storage or, something,
Well,
I don't
we
know.
might not know. That may be why they built the pyramids.
So now I'm looking down into some of these rooms and they're built under the ground that I'm standing on. They're definitely down in. Like here I am walking and I'm looking down. So this could be just the natural landscape that they blockaded and carved out, you can see here. Or they could have raised all this earth around it. I don't know. My guess is that they probably just went with, what the land gave them mostly. That'd be my guess. But I know they weren't afraid to manufacture some spots either. Wicked.
Yeah, some of that's carved out of the rock. The rock
Yes.
is embedded there.
Yep.
But it also looks like they used some technique to make like the solid plaster, because it's not that's not solid rock, even though it looks like it.
Yeah, they probably did what was too similar to us today, which is, they used what the landscape gave them, but then terraformed things a little bit if they needed to.
Yeah.
Most likely, it
They
makes
did a lot.
pretty obvious.
They did a lot of allocation.
Pretty wicked. Just want to give you a little bit of a taste of the overall landscape too. It's beautiful. It's basically at the bottom of all these little mountains. So like this would have been, where like lakes would form, definitely where the water formed, because that's why they have those aqueducts and all the drainage and stuff. But look how far down this goes. Like this is almost like 2 levels down. So I don't know if it was made that way or came that way. Maybe there's a big hole or something here, but man, they went down pretty good.
That's cistern. That's for storing water.
Man,
See the second step?
pretty crazy. And this is down a ways. We're also up a ways. But there are definitely levels to this. So we weren't modern humans were not the first to make levels here. Because we've got levels of places for people to habitat. Okay, strike that sense. It didn't make any sense, but you know what I meant. Okay, we're speculating now, but we're wondering almost if this was some sort of water system, because got this level here that's flat and there's no real like doors or anything to speak of, and then it comes down and it flows into this one, or it could flow into this one, although I don't see any gutter system, so maybe never mind. But it looks like it could go down and then around and then flow through. Those rocks are not set, so maybe it went into there. Honestly, I have no idea. I'm just speaking out of my butt right now because I don't know. They seem to be pretty clever with and purposeful with their intentions, and I don't see any like a water, like a gully or a carve out. So maybe I have no idea what I'm talking about. That's the most likely thing, that I have no idea what I'm talking about, but enjoy this anyways because it's freaking cool. And I don't know what kind of tree this is, but it is crazy. A lot of these big busted up things, but man, it's just wild how vast it is. Not just up and down, vertically, but just it's so flat. I mean, it's a big city, obviously, and we're just in one little section right here. So, you can imagine how actually is if we did the whole thing, and also maybe what didn't make it. You know, what's been destroyed. We were reading on a plaque over there that basically everything was decorated too. So you can imagine every wall here plastered with, you know, some sort of paint and decoration on it. So it would have been, you know, a proper metropolis, a proper city with everything looking really amazing and really good. Just imagine these rock walls that I'm showing you now. You know, I don't know what color they might have been. Maybe somebody does, but imagine there's got white paint on the outside and then all kinds of, you know, neat decoration and other colors of paint and things like that. You can just imagine what this would have looked like 2,200 years ago. I mean, for a stranger that had been, you know, walking around and happened to stumble upon this place, I mean, I think they would have been awe-stricken, would be an understatement, I would think. So we just passed some people. I'm pretty sure they're from Germany. I think I heard German. But here's a, so you can see the big, look how far away I am from that Temple of the Sun. And but still, you know, this is part of the city out here, part of the outskirts. It's really quite amazing how sophisticated they were, you know, 22 centuries ago. It's quite remarkable. I wonder if they thought it would hold up this long. Like, you know, if they had like a planning and zoning committee they had to go to and, you know, get all the things signed off on, and, you know, no red tags. I wonder if they had any of that stuff back then. Maybe. They seem pretty sophisticated. Yeah, so it's hard for you to see because it's so green right now, but down here there's a little stream of water kind of surrounding the place, so you can imagine, you know, runoff from the mountains probably filling this up pretty good during the rainy season, or if they get snow here, I don't know. But anyway, so they definitely would not have, I think they'd be okay with water here just because it's literally, they're like in the bottom of a bowl of a bunch of mountains, so eventually the water's going to get here. So from here on the right you can see the Temple of the Sun, the bigger of the two, and then in the distance over there you can see the Temple of the Moon. So yeah, pretty cool. They have the two main things there, and this is just a crazy big area. Yeah, this thing is huge, because I'm now walking pretty far away from the temples, and you can see over here just more big city structures, tons of them, like tons of them. We're going to be getting close to some stuff that has, close to some stuff that has some big stairs going up. It's pretty cool looking. Once again, me without my selfie stick, and I'm so sorry for that. I hope this is not too bouncy and it's actually a useful video, because wow, this is just phenomenal. And we must be pretty high up here too, because man, when the sun comes out it gets pretty warm, but when the sun goes away it gets very comfortable, even bordering on a little cool. So yeah, anyways, pretty interesting. But you can see behind me, you can see the mountains. If I kind of go over this way, you'll see more mountains. So this is all kind of at the bottom area of the mountains, which, you know, makes sense. That's what we do. So up here we got this big wall. Looks like there's a entrance here. Just walking over to get up into the other things. This is another part of the ancient city, and it is a big part. Maybe this is the suburbs. Who knows? Pretty wild. I agree, this definitely reeks of defense. This seems like defense. Higher walls. It's on the outside of the city proper, which is where you'd want to defend. You wouldn't want them to get to the city.
Here's the other interesting thing. So here we have this actually like some footing here.
Yeah.
Where you could actually have some shops.
Right.
Or you flood this.
A lot of grasshoppers, by the way.
You,
Exactly.
they hadn't have flooded. They should probably flood this for a boat.
But this would be a challenge to get up into. I'd definitely need a ladder, a big tall ladder, and they would be smashing me. That would be tough to get up on this. This is definitely...
Yeah, and then when it wasn't for fence, this would all be decorated.
Yeah.
Frescoed.
Yeah. Although I'll still say their defense is somewhat suspect, at least unless there was more to this, because that's pretty easily climbable. Maybe no, not that top part. No, that top part's tough. Never mind. Now this is you're gonna get smacked. You're getting the smack down here. You don't want any of this. And this is quite a bit taller than any of the walls we've seen thus far. Boy, this is Grasshopper Central. It's amazing. Oh, thank you, little breeze. Thank you, clouds. You're making this day even more awesome. Look at this. I mean, this is just incredible. I don't know if we can walk up this thing or not. Let's see if we can. No. Doesn't look like it. Looks like they've got some prohibited signs that have been smacked around a little bit, but I'm gonna pretend those signs are still up and I'm not gonna go up this, but look at how tall this is. Look at, you got like, I mean, it's probably 3 stories. Yeah. 3 stories up there, and look how many of them there are. Boom, boom, boom. Man your battle stations. Do not invade our city. That's my guess. Still, I have no idea what those are for. Maybe those were statues that got stolen or destroyed, or I don't know. Maybe those had Walmarts on them and they were just a lot smaller back in the day. I have no idea.
That's what they were about
Nice.
to head in with.
Nice. That will do the trick. Slice you up with some obsidian. That wouldn't feel good. Okay, we're walking up into the clouds, folks. Here we go. We're walking right into the clouds. I wonder what we'll see on the other side. Wow. Some other major pyramid, that's what we'll see. And a whole nother part of this city.
Yeah.
Of this ancient city. Look at this. Now this reeks of a Colosseum type of situation.
Right?
See all this stuff on the side there? This is a central area for everybody to come for sure. And then, because look, there's more city over there. So this looks like this was kind of a centrally located main spot here where people would come into. Like, honestly, I feel like this could be a Colosseum type of situation, or at least a major entertainment venue. You can imagine Shakira up there in the middle right there, boom. Or somebody, I don't know, that just came to my mind, I'm not sure why, but anyway. Okay, now I'm going down, we're heading towards that pyramid. And I don't know what this one is, because the other one is the Pyramide de Sol, of the sun, and the other one's the Pyramide de Luna, for the moon. So if you got the sun and the moon, I don't know what this one is. Let's see, there's the sun and the moon and the stars. Maybe it's for stars. Maybe we're gonna have to look this one up on Wikipedia because I don't know what I'm talking about per usual, but this is extraordinary. So right now, this would be the main entertainment venue where this guy's walking up here real quick. And then you can imagine all these people would just come and you know, come around here from all the areas of the city to come down here to probably hear announcements, be entertained, or something. But really, really highly advanced situation here. Pretty remarkable, I would think. But that's the thing that makes the most sense to me, is what this would be. Wow. I was gonna hire a tour guide to help us, but I didn't bring enough pesos with me, so it wasn't gonna work out. So you get me instead with no knowledge at all. So yeah, enjoy that. Wow. This is the smallest of the 3 pyramids, definitely. Well, look at this, how steep this is walking down. But you have to imagine that if this is the smallest of the 3, the other ones have got to be huge. I mean, that Temple of the Sun would be a trek to get up to the top. The moon's quite a bit smaller than that. And this looks quite a bit smaller than the moon, so. But it looks like we're able to go to the top of this, and we're gonna hit it. Sorry guys, I didn't have my selfie stick. I really am, because it's probably gonna get super choppy with me walking. So my apologies in advance. But yeah, look, we're right in the bottom of this. Pretty cool. Look at this. Pretty incredible. And that is steep. That is no joke. Look at the scales. Look at those people walking. Look at how tall that is. That is up there. And we're going up with no rails.
You want to come up here and check that or no?
Alrighty then, going up. Here we go. I bet the view from the top is gonna be good. It's actually not as tall as I thought, so I don't know how many stories it is, maybe 3 or 4.
Last time I wanted this sculpture and I didn't buy it over there by the main.
But I bet the view's gonna be cool once we get there. I'm going kind of fast, so let's see what we get here. Construction or protection. Oh wow, an even older one. Look at that thing. Whoa. Look at this. Oh, look at, there's some actual decoration down there. Look at the heads. Look at down there. Oh, that's crazy. Look at the heads on these things. Wow, wow, wow. Let's sneak around here real quick. Look at the heads on those things. I'm gonna zoom in real quick so you can see this. Look at those. That is wild. Wicked. Wicked. All right, we can get closer. We just got to go down really far to get there. Okay. Let's test my fear of heights here. But we're gonna get close. Oh my goodness, this is just too much. Get out of town. Yeah, I bet those rails have saved a few people from tumbling over. This is definitely not easy driving. Okay, look at that, beautiful. Look at those heads on. Look at how incredibly well preserved. Wherever this was, it was important. Look down there. Look at those heads. Looks like you could normally go down farther, but they're not allowing it at this time. But wow, some of these are just so well preserved. Look at that. Incredible. It looks like they have holes in the mouths and something at the bottom, so I'm pretty sure water came out of those and drained into here. So it would have been a sight to behold. You can imagine water coming out of each one of those, spitting out right into this thing. if I'm guessing correctly, which I think I am, it's pretty obvious that there's holes in all of those are a way for drains to come out. So you can just imagine how that is. Anyway, that is just ridiculous. Imagine water spewing out of all of these, that whole side, this whole side, all simultaneously, or probably they're sophisticated enough, they probably could do them in an arrangement, you know, to make it even fancier. But wow, that is remarkable. So I went over a pyramid to get to this older pyramid that has all these things in it. So who knows what this is all about, but boy, this one has a lot of decoration. Okay, so I found out that other temple that's behind this temple, the older temple, this bigger temple here actually covered that existing one. I think she said around 250 AD, and the other one was built in like 150 AD or something like that. So this lady was saying that the residents of this temple that I'm looking at here, the newer one, would have not even known anything about the other one. We got to see it, and they didn't, basically. And it's called the Temple of the Serpent. It looked like it had something to do with military. They did human sacrifices there and stuff like that. So anyways, there you go. There's another protected area over here. I'm across the field, but see how we're all still down in this thing. But here's something that was in here. Maybe this was the restrooms when they had their stuff at their little Coliseum or event center here, or a snack bar. I wonder if they had churros and snow cones back then. It's pretty well preserved. Let's see. Just like an old temple. Doesn't really say what it's for. Just an example of another one. Wild. Look at the levels. So look, we're down here at this level with all these little mini things, and then look, up there's another level, and then there's another level, and it goes down, and then there's up to the Temple of the Sun. So, and then there's the another big mountain up behind there close to it, but there's like levels. It goes up and down and up and down, and they build stuff on almost every level. Okay, so back a little bit more on this ancient city called Teotihuacan. I'm not sure how to pronounce it, but something like that. Remember, I thought it was maybe the Incas or the Mayans or the Aztecs. Turns out it's D, none of the above. It looks like that's kind of a big mystery. They don't know who was here, but they knew that they were gone 600 years, 6 centuries before the Aztecs got here. And the Aztecs are the ones who named it that, and it stands for City of the Gods, I believe. So, anyways, there you go. What is it?
Maker of the gods.
Maker of the gods. There you go.
City of the maker of the gods.
City of the maker of the gods. There you go. But it's Teotihuacan or Tijuan. Anyway, pretty cool. Here it is right here. You can pronounce it how you will. I should probably have looked it up. There you go. They also have a museum here, which we're going to take a look at, which is going to show how these places were really decorated and painted and how they looked back in the day, or at least what they think. But anyway, so we're on our way to the museum. And then we'll close this out with getting a close-up view of the Temple of the Sun, or the Pyramid of the Sun and the Pyramid of the Moon. And look at this crazy plant that looks like a gigantic aloe vera. But I think my friend said it was called a broadsword or something like that. But yeah, those are monstrous. They look almost otherworldly. They're so big. Like, go look at those things. People carved their names into them. They're so big. Beautiful little park area in here. How cool is this? What a neat place to snack in. It's still part of the ruins. See the wall? See the stairs back up in there? So this is another place that people came down into. Pretty cool. This is a beautiful area. Museo de Teotihuacan. Teotihuacan? Well, this is where we're at. Oh, storms are brewing. Just heard some thunder. You can see up there, see the dark clouds? Maybe we'll get lucky and it'll rain on us. This is just outside of the museum we just left. So I ran out of battery, and so I didn't tape the museum, but it was really super cool. I got some great pictures, pretty amazing stuff. Very resourceful people. Okay, so I've made my way to the Pyramide del Sol, which stands for Pyramid of the Sun. It is the third largest pyramid in the New World, and it is huge. I mean, it makes that other pyramid we were at, dwarfs it. This is probably, I don't know, 10 times taller. It is massive. But yeah, anyways, you're not able to go up there, which I apologize, I didn't film on the way here, but my battery's running low, so I'm kind of just being a little bit more choosy here. But yeah, that thing is huge. I mean, so you can see up there, if I zoom in, I don't know how they got up there because you're not supposed to be up there, but there's a person standing up there. Okay, so you see the person right there? Right there. Okay, now watch me zoom out and you'll see the size of this thing. I mean, look at that thing. It is magnificent and just ginormous. Anyways, the Pirámide del Sol in Mexico. Okay, on our way to the last thing we're going to see today, which is the Pirámide de Luna, Pyramid of the Moon. It's also big, but not nearly as big as the sun, which for reference I'll just show you. There's the one we're walking to. There's the one we were just at. Massive, again, the third largest in the New America, or New World, sorry. Third largest in the New World. So this one's got to be up there too, because it's pretty big. So I don't know, maybe what its rank is, 5th, 4th. I don't know. Let's just think of something. But we're on our way over there now. Okay, I am seriously running out of battery here, but I got just enough to give you the Pirámide de Luna, Pyramid of the Moon. Pretty wicked. You can see the people up there all ready to give it some scale. You can see that it is absolutely massive, but not as massive as the Pirámide del Sol that we just saw, which was just ridiculous. But yeah, super cool. There's a lot of this is pretty well preserved. Some of the walls, we saw some interior walls just single that still maintain some of the color. Looks like the color scheme was kind of like a maroonish red and a kind of a green is what the city was mostly comprised of. So pretty cool. I mean, that's what we're guessing anyways. We don't know, of course. So anyways, welcome to the Pirámide de Luna in Mexico. Just outside of Mexico City, about, I think it's 37 miles. Took us about 45-minute drive to get here. So we'll keep this going a little bit more so I can get you some better footage. Okay, I skipped ahead some to save some on battery, but check this out. This is crazy. Bunch of little, almost like sub pyramids, kind of on your way up to the monster. Big one. See over there? Whole section, columns and such. Oh, so we've got some wind now. I don't know if you can hear that, but we do. And it's amazing. And you see that gray cloud over the pyramid? That looks super awesome. Well, if it rained right now and a lightning bolt struck, some Aztec guy was up there with a headdress on, I would freak out. That would be epic. Especially if it was like 40 feet tall. Maybe threw some like ginormous watermelons at us or something weird. That'd be great. Don't expect that, but I'm just saying that would be cool. Okay, here we are at the base of the pyramid, and it is looks a lot bigger now that I'm closer. I was gonna go up those steps, but I don't know about that now. That is up there, but it does have a handrail. That's nice, or a hand cord, rather. Looks like a nice floppy cord, but that's better than nothing because that is up there. That's probably a good call to have that there. Just incredible. This is really, really magnificent. All right, I hope you got all that and saw all that. I'll just kind of hold it here for a second. But man, that is incredible. Hey there, thanks for watching. If you like this or any of my other videos, please subscribe and like it and share it with anybody. Let's make this a cool channel. If you have any suggestions, throw in the comments. I look forward to hearing from you. All right, have a great day. Hey there, thanks for watching. If you like this or any of my other videos, please subscribe and like it and share it with anybody. Let's make this a cool channel. If you have any suggestions, throw in the comments. I look forward to hearing from you. All right, have a great day.